Right. Welcome, everyone. Come on in. My name is Neeti Narula. I am a yoga teacher in New York City, and I'm here this evening with Zazu and Free People Movement. If you're not familiar with Zazu, it's an amazing online platform that gathers people from all over the world. And every time you move with Zazu, you're moving with purpose, because the proceeds of each class, a portion always goes to a foundation designated by the teacher. So check it out if you haven't already, and meet me on your mat. Grab a comfortable seat. My hips are elevated, so I'm sitting on a block. You can grab a cushion as well, something so that your hips can be higher than your knees. We'll start with a brief seated meditation today, and then we'll get moving into our vinyasa flow. Grab some water if you need it as well. Once you find your seat, either cross-legged or in a simple butt on your heels position, slide your shoulders onto your back, humble your chin a little bit, and steady your gaze at one point in front of you that's not moving. Okay? Soften the inner and outer corners of your eyes. And keep the chin humble so that the back of the neck stays long. And when it feels natural, go ahead and let your eyes fall shut. With the eyes closed, notice if the other senses sort of perk up a little bit more. If you hear sounds more dramatically than a moment before. If you notice the temperature around you or any distractions pulling you away. Simply observe what comes up when you close your eyes. Bring your focus to the tip of your nostril. Notice the way the air around you feels as it enters up the tip of the nostril and glides down the back body, down to your seat. And we'll take 3 clearing breaths together. Breathe deep down to your seat. Exhale out the chest. Let your shoulders land on your back. Take another breath in deep to your seat. And exhale out the chest, shoulders on the back. Last one, breathe deep down to your seat. Exhale out the front, shoulders on the back. Gather your hands in prayer at your heart and push your thumbs into your chest. With a humble chin, bring a sense of purpose to your practice, a sense of intention to our time together today. Float your eyes open. Welcome. If you're just joining us, my name is Neeti Narula. I'm here in New York, and I'm excited to move with each of you today. We're going to work through a vinyasa flow that leads up to balance. And before we get started, I want to just take some time to talk about 3 tools for balance. I'm personally terrible at balancing, both in life and on my mat. And things that help me are a steady gaze, soft eyes, steady breath, and really tuning into the feeling of my hands, my feet, whatever point of contact I have with the ground. So you'll hear me come back to those 3 tools a few times throughout the practice. All right, breathe in, circle your arms up over your head. Exhale, twist to the right. Take your left hand to your outer right thigh. Plug your shoulder blades together on your back. Keep your chin humble as you turn and look behind you. Inhale, rise through center, reach the arms high. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to the outer left thigh. Keep the back body broad. The heart lifts as you look behind you. Inhale, rise through center, reach the arms. Exhale, take your arms alongside you. Walk your hands forward to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Spread your fingers out wide. Breathe in, drop the belly down, arch the back, and look up. Exhale, gather your ribs in, round your back, and look down. Again, breathe in, peel the chest up, shoulders hug on the back. Exhale, ribs in, round, look down. Last time, breathe in, broaden through the chest, lift your seat. Exhale, gather your ribs, round, and look down. Inhale, come to a long neutral spine. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your seat up and back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit, right? First down dog. Keep a softness in the backs of the legs. Then raise your sit bones up and counter that arch of the low back by heavying the tailbone. Gather your ribs in, right? And then round the outer arm bones down. Take in the feeling of your hands and your feet on the ground. Breathe in, raise your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands and tap your back knee down, untuck your toes. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, low lunge. Exhale to stay, hook your thumbs, use the hook of the thumbs to lift the sides of the body up. Push down through the back foot, even the baby toenail, right? Taking the surface area of your feet, your connection to the ground in the moment. Breathe in, look up at your hands, release the grip. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, raise the left leg up and back. Exhale, place your foot between your hands and tap your back knee down. Coming into the low lunge on the other side. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, hook the opposite thumb in front. Exhale to stay. Glance down at your front knee and make sure that the knee is right over the heel. And then tip the pubic bone forward. Lift the sides of the body up like you're wiggling your waist a little bit longer. Keep your feet pressing into the ground for balance. Release the grip of the hands. Breathe in, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take in the connection of your hands to the earth, the connection of your feet to the earth. And feel your breath land you right where you are. Inhale, roll forward to a high plank. Exhale, lower your knees, shift forward, lower your chest to the mat. Breathe in, lift up your chest, your hands, and your feet. Exhale, lower down. Again, breathe in, chest up, hands up, feet up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift, chest, hands, and feet. Exhale, stay, reach the arms back. Make a fist above your bum, or if it's hard to bridge the gap between the hands, keep the fingertips reaching back, draw the pinkies towards one another, and wrap the pinkies down. Breathe in, pick the heart up. Exhale, lower, come through tabletop into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the toes out wide. Spread your fingers out wide. And feel a sense of balance, right, by taking in the support of the ground underneath you. Right, so often the support is there for us to get steady. It's just hard to actually receive it. So take a moment to feel the earth under you. The stability of it, its presence here for you. Breathe in, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk to the top of your mat. Breathe in, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe out, fold. Walk your feet hip width distance apart. Soften your knees. Interlace your fingers and place your thumbs on the base of your skull. Turn your elbows towards one another. And simply round your back body over your front body. Keep a nice bend in the knees as you do so. Let your hands fall to your mat. Take your hands to your hips. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Exhale, rise all the way up. Heel toe your big toes to touch. Leave the heels slightly apart. Press your thumbs into your chest. Spread your toes out wide. Feel the ground, the earth underneath you in this moment. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, soften your knees and fold. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to high plank. Breathe in, drive your heels back so you feel your legs ignite here. Exhale, lower your knees, shift forward and lower your chest to the mat. Breathe and lift up your chest, keep your hands grounded. Exhale, lower through tabletop. Come to downward facing dog. Feel the hands spreading wide, the feet spreading wide, and the connection of your flesh to the texture of your mat. The tiny details of what makes you stable. Simply breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, lift up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Take 2 steps to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, look at your hands. Exhale, take prayer to heart. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Exhale, soften your knees as you fold forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to your mat, it's high plank. Hips are slightly lower than your shoulders. Breathe in, press the mat away. Exhale, tap your knees down, shift forward, hug the elbows in as you lower halfway down. Press into the tops of the feet, breathe your heart forward and through, upward facing dog. Exhale, scoop the belly in, take the hips back, downward facing dog. Feel your breath settle. And remember that your only expectation in this moment and this time on your mat is to breathe exactly where you are. Right? Finding the balance of being exactly where you are through your breath and through your movement. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, 2 steps to the top. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms. Exhale, prayer to heart. Press down through your feet. Inhale, circle your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, it's high plank. Breathe in, press the heels back, use the legs in plank. Exhale, shift forward, elbows stay in as you lower halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Press the tops of the feet down, breathe your heart forward and through for upward facing dog. Exhale, scoop the belly in, take the hips back, downward facing dog. Breathe here and be here. And look at your feet, look at your hands, and let the visual of them being right underneath you help you land in this moment. Inhale, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Step hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale, let's pause here. Spread your toes out wide. Slide your knees back a little bit and drop your tailbone slightly so that the extra curve in the low back comes out a little bit. From there, lift the sides of the body up, reach to the fingers, look up, and fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, slide the heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Ground the left heel down at a 45-degree angle. Step the right foot forward. Breathe in, sweep the arms up for warrior one. All the same, exhale, take your hands to your mat, step right back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe your heart forward and through Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right heel grounds, 45 degrees. Lunge the left foot forward. Breathe in. Take the arms up. Vira 1. Steady, slow exhale. Hands to your mat. Chaturanga Dhanasana. Inhale, heart rises, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Simplicity of breathing in. Simplicity of breathing out. Feeling where your hands are and feeling where your feet are. The tools to feeling present lead to the tools of being balanced. Breathe in, raise your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Press your left heel back. Breathe in, sweep your arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale to stay here. Cactus your arms to 90-degree angle. If you're losing balance, this is where we soften the gaze, right? We keep the breath steady and focus on your feet on the ground, right? Root through even the back baby toe. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, open out wide, warrior 2. Back foot's at a 15-degree angle, pointing in. Front knee over the ankle. Keep your shoulders plugging into your back body, right over your hips. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Exhale, take your right arm down and your left arm up. A block on the outside of the right leg is a great tool. If you don't have a block, a water bottle is fine too. If you're hopping the back foot in, that's fine. Just make sure that this top hip doesn't splay way open. I prefer you actually deepen the top hip forward so that the front hip crease has more depth. And then the sides of the body can get nice and long. Notice how you're reaching through the top hand. Can you spread the fingers out wide and reach with a sense of intention? Take the left arm overhead and down to the ground. Bend your front knee and tap the back knee down. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, stay here, hook the thumbs, wiggle the waist long. Last breath in, glance up at the hands. Exhale, take your hands to your mat. Listen carefully. Turn the left heel towards the left side of your mat and swing the right leg all the way to the back for a modified side plank. Take the right arm overhead. Push into the right foot more, especially the outer edge, so that you have a firm, stable connection with the ground. And from that connection with the ground, reach through the top hand so the entire side body opens up. Lift your gaze up. Last breath in, feel the reach of the fingertips. With your breath out, take your right hand down, your left foot back, high plank. Breath in to press the mat away. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, heart rises. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Press your right heel back as you come up. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to cactus the arms. Feel the center of the chest lift up. Tip your pubic bone slightly forward, and from there, feel how the low belly comes online. From that engagement, the sides of the body lift up more, and it's like you could lean your heart into the support of your back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior 2. Take a second, set it up. Back foot, 15-degree angle. Spread the toes out wide and take in the support of the ground underneath you. Pull the inner arches of the feet up, like you're creating a suction cup with your feet. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Exhale, take the left arm down. Right arm up, Utthita Trikonasana. Block on the outside of the leg. So the block on the outside of the leg doesn't necessarily make the pose easier, right? It gives you more support to feel a sense of balance in the body. Right? So to feel balanced requires us to receive the support that's all around us. A giving in to receiving. And take the top arm overhead down to the ground, bend the front knee, and tap your back knee down for a low lunge. Breathe and sweep the arms up, hook the thumbs. Exhale to stay. Make sure that you're switching the thumb that's in front. So if you haven't taken the funky thumb in front yet, do so. And be cognizant of that as you move through the practice. And just like in the Anjane version with the back heel lifted, feel the pubic bone move forward, and from there, lift the sides of the body higher. Inhale, reach up, release the hands. Exhale, plant your hands, turn the right heel towards the right, and step your left foot to the back of your mat. Plant down through the outer edge of the foot. Left arm overhead, okay? Slide the right hand underneath the shoulder so you set yourself up for a sense of balance. Use the plug of the back foot to find more extension through the side of the body. Last breath in, reach through the left hand. Exhale, left hand down, right foot back, high plank. Breathe in, press the mat away, plug the heart back. Exhale, shift forward, halfway down, chaturanga. Breathe the heart forward and through, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And so often you hear teachers talk about downward facing dog as, coming home. Right? And it's not an easy shape. So sometimes that language can be a little jarring almost. But I think there is a sense of stability in patterns, right? So we've been in this shape a few times. You know how it feels. So let your brain register a sense of support and stability from the repetition. Breathe in, lift up your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out, fold. Walk your feet hip-width distance apart. Take your peace fingers around your big toes. Spread the toes out wide and shift the weight into the front of the feet, keeping the knees bent. Breathe in, slide the heart forward, waist long. Exhale, bend the elbows, scoop the navel in, and raise your seat to create the fold. Let the base of the skull drop. Let the head get heavy. Release the grip. Walk your big toes together to touch. Bend your knees and widen your knees to come into a close-footed, wide-kneed Malasana shape. The heels can stay slightly lifted, or if possible, ground the heels down. Walk the hands forward, curl the chest down and fold. Let the base of the skull drop. Walk the hands back towards the hips. Take the knees together and sit back onto your bum. Breathe in, stretch your toes forward, stretch your arms forward, seal the low back into the ground. Exhale, come up, grab the hamstrings. So bend the knees, grab the hamstrings. Breathe in, extend the legs long, arms long, keep the head lifted. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to hamstrings. Last time, breathe and stretch the toes forward, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, bend your knees. Boat. Cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Roll over your knees. Come into downward facing dog. Option to stay in down dog just as you are, or breathe and roll forward to a high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feel the backs of the legs start to become more spacious. And as that space opens up, you keep a sense of compassion, right? Without jamming the knees, just taking up the space with a sense of softness. Breathe in, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Breathe in, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe out, fold. Inhale, rise. See your hands above you. Exhale, take your left arm underneath your right arm. Breathe in, lift up your left leg. Exhale, sit your bum back. Take the left leg over the right leg. Draw the elbows and the knees towards the center line of the body. Pull the ribs in. Keep the arms as they are. Breathe in, lift up your left leg. Exhale, step your left leg about 3 feet back for a warrior one stance and heel toe right foot over to the right. Now, spread your toes out. Take up space with your feet. Feel a sense of firmness with your connection to the ground. Tip the pubic bone forward. Breathe in, lift your chest, lift your elbows. Exhale, we stay here in an upper back bend. So the pubic bone moving forward is going to take the pressure out of the low back and give you some more space to lift the sides of the body up. Bring your spine back to neutral. Unravel the arms. Breathe in, reach up high. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in, straighten your front leg, get out of the front hip. Exhale, take it back to a warrior two. Take the right forearm to the right thigh and swing the left arm overhead, extended side angle. Right away, connect to the inner arches of the feet. Right, that suction cup feeling giving you stability. Stay as you are or float the bottom arm as well. Keeping the sides of the body long, almost like somebody's holding your wrists to help you balance, raising the chest up. Take the right forearm to the thigh. Take the left arm overhead down to the ground. Tap your back knee down this time and heel toe the right foot over to the right of it. Breathe in, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, stay or reach back. See if you can catch the left foot with the right hand from the outside. If you take the foot into the hand, use the grip of the foot to actually peel the chest open more. Plug the right shoulder into the back body. Lift your heart. Release the grip of the foot. Take the back foot down and then swivel the left foot behind the left knee. Step the right leg all the way back of the mat for the modified side plank. Stay just like this, or extend the bottom leg too for Vashisthasana side plank. Top arm reaches overhead. You can stagger the feet for a bit more support, for a bit more balance. Last breath in, reach for the top hand. Exhale, right hand down, right foot down. It's Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, slide the heart forward and through Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, raise your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, step, float to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your right arm underneath your left arm. Breathe in, lift up your right leg. Exhale, switch your bum back, take the right leg over the left. Draw the elbows forward, lower your seat, keep the shoulders broad. Arms stay as they are. Breathe in, lift up your right leg. Steady breath out, steps your right foot back. Heel toe the left foot towards the left for more stability. And spread the toes out wide. Keep a softness in your eyes. Breathe in, lift your chest, lift your elbows. Exhale, we stay together here. We breathe with purpose here. Right? Intentional about every moment together on our mats. Keeping focused. Bring your spine to neutral. Unravel the arms. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Take a wider stance than warrior one. Okay, feet on the ground, breath in your body. Take the left forearm to the thigh and swing the right arm overhead, extended side angle. Right away, get light in the left side body, even though you have the forearm down to the ground. It should feel like very minimal effort to additionally float that left arm. And if you did so on the first side, now's your chance to take it on the second. Right? Use the depth of your hips to find more space through the waist. Left forearm comes back to the thigh. Take the right arm down to the ground. Tap your back knee down and untuck your toes. Breathe in, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, you stay like this or any amount. Kick the right heel in towards your bum. See if you can catch the foot from the outside. Okay to wiggle the left foot towards the left for a wider stance, right? Balance, surface area, part of the theme of our day. And then use the connection of foot to hand to lift the heart to find more space in the front of the body. And release the foot without flinging it. Take the left foot behind the left knee and right foot behind the right knee and step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat. Stay like this or extend the bottom leg, right leg as well. Keep your hips facing forward. Use the press of the feet to bump the hips up and reach the top arm overhead for Vashisthasana, side plank. Steady gaze, steady breath in moments where you need balance. Last breath in, reach for the top hand. Exhale, left hand down, left foot down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, take the heart forward and through Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. What a gift to be able to move the body. What a gift to be able to receive the support of the ground underneath you to do so. Hands on the ground, feet on the ground, breath in your body. Ground your left heel down at 45 degrees and step your right foot forward. Breathe in, take the arms up for Vira 1. Exhale, pause here. Let's have a little pep talk, okay? We're gonna go through balancing poses now, and they're not probably gonna be very easy. So, our 3 tools, hands and feet on the ground, soft gaze and steady breath. Okay, pop the back foot up and in about halfway. So you're in a really short warrior 1, but your back heel is lifted. Find something in front of you to look at, steady, right? Steady point of focus. Breathe in, reach your arms forward. Exhale, float the left leg, warrior 3. It might feel nice to interlace the fingers and release the index finger to feel more purpose, like you're pointing forward with intention. Okay, if you have the grip in the hands, release it. Keep the right arm reaching forward. Swing the left arm back. Steady breath, soft gaze. Kick your left heel in towards your bum any amount. See if you can catch it with the foot. Catch the foot with the hand. Keep that steady gaze. Breathe in, lift the chest. You're in dancer's pose. Not your deepest dancer's pose, more about focus on the tools. Right? The soft gaze, the breath in the body, the focus on the foot on the ground. All right, reverse the take, release the grip without swinging the foot. Then take your hands to the ground, fold over the right leg. Keep the left leg lifted for just a beat longer. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your right knee deeply. Slide the left knee to the outside of the right foot. This is a bit tricky. Sit your bum back. You're set up for seated spinal twist. If this feels like too much on your knees, you can extend the bottom leg forward. Take your right hand behind the back. Breathe in, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, scoop the navel in as you twist and look behind you. Keep the chest broad, but keep your sit bones even on the ground. Steady breath in, steady breath out. Okay, this is the fun part. Unravel, come through center, and walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. And come to downward facing dog to the back of your mat. If you're no longer facing your screen, this is your chance to trust you're listening. You can do this. Breathe and roll forward to a high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Also, your body knows the pattern. There's a sense of familiarity that will kick in. Okay, ground the right heel down at 45 degrees and step the left foot forward. Breathe the arms up for Vira 1. Exhale, we pause here. Right, feel your feet on the ground right from the get-go. You're here where your feet are. You're here where your breath is. You're with your body. Okay. Walk the back foot in just a little bit and come on to the tippy toes of the back foot. Breathe in, reach the arms forward. Exhale, float the right foot back. Turn the right baby toe down towards the ground. And so feel the outer right hip rotate down. Scoop the navel in, and from the scoop of the navel in, feel the sides of the body get longer. Take the index fingers forward so that you're pointing with a sense of intention. And then release the grip. Take the right arm back alongside you. Keep your gaze steady and soft. Kick the right heel in towards the thumb. See if you can catch the foot. Steady breath in to lift up. Exhale to stay in dancers. Again, not your deepest dancer's pose. It's more about this transition and finding balance through using the tools of the practice. Release the grip on the foot. Reach forward. Come back through warrior three and then take the hands to the ground. Fold over that front leg. Keep the back heel lifted. Breathe and lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your left knee. Take the right knee to the outside of the left foot and plop your bum back. Seated spinal twist. Take the left hand behind you. Breathe in, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Right elbow to the outer left thigh. Keep the sit bones even on the ground. Broaden the chest. Reach the heart up and turn. Take in the support of the ground underneath you and take in your breath in your body. Unravel, come through center, and then walk your hands all the way to the top of the mat. You're in downward facing dog, back to the top. Inhale, roll it forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, heart rises. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel each toe land underneath you. Feel each finger land where you are. And tap your knees down. Come to sit on your heels. If you're taking a sip of water as we come to the ground, make sure that it's a small sip. We're going to do a couple of back bends. Okay. So come to stand on your shins. Make sure your heels are right behind your knees and your knees are right underneath your hips. So glance back at the heels, glance down at the knees, and then take your hands to your low back. So the three tools that we talked about: steady breath, steady gaze, and focusing on your points of contact with the ground. Those tools are amazing to help with this fight or flight sensation of back bends as well. Right? So keep those in mind as we move through this Ustrasana camel. Right? Take the hands to the low back, slide the skin of the low back down, tip the elbows in towards one another. Bring a slight firmness to your glutes, and then breathe in, lift the chest up. Exhale, arch the upper back. Breathe right here, or as evenly as possible, take your hands to your heels. Keep a sensation of lifting through the sides of the body and an evenness in the back body. Take your hands to your low back. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale, sit your bum on your heels. Take your hands to your thighs and gaze steadily at one point in front of you. Your vision and your breath are direct lines to your brain. That's why in balance and in moments of difficulty, right? In moments like a back bend or moments where we're trying to stay steady when all we want to do is fall, the way we breathe and the way that we look with our eyes can inform our brains to be calm. Slide your seat onto either side of your heels and step your feet out in front of you. Hip width distance apart, reach your arms forward and lower onto your back. Bring your heels close enough to your bum so you can touch them. And then bump your hips up about 5 inches and look at your knees. If they've splayed way open, wider than your hips, bring them back together in line with the hips. Okay? Then press into your feet. Roll your shoulders underneath your back body. Interlace your fingers. Use your points of contact with the ground to create the lift of the shape. Right? From your connection to the earth, from your balance with the earth, you can lift the hips. Lower back down. Knock the knees together. Take the feet out wide and rest your hands on the lake of your belly. Feel your mat hold you in the moment. And give your body a chance to receive the support around it. Walk your feet back in line with the hips. You can take bridge again. Bump the hips up, interlace the fingers, or Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel. I'll walk you through it. So if you're going for bridge, you know what to do. For Urdhva Dhanurasana, both back bends actually, feet in line with the hips, okay? Bridge, go for it. Urdhva Dhanurasana, I want you to take your hands and reach them up towards the ceiling and flex your hands. So pull the fingernails back towards the face. Spread your fingers out wide and simply look at all of the surface area your hands have. That's how much support you have to balance off of. Then spread your toes out wide and take note how much support you have. Bend your elbows, take your hands next to your ears, come onto the top of your head lightly. Ground through the hands and feet, press yourself all the way up. Right away, feel your toes on the ground, hands on the ground, almost like you're in a down dog. And then notice if any part of your back body is taking on all of the effort. Can you bring a sense of balance to your back body, right? If the low back is taking it, move the tailbone towards the knees, lift out of the low back. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, come onto the back of the head first. Knock the knees together, take the feet out wide, and rest your hands on the lake of your belly. Let your breath land you right here. And let your body settle into the support underneath it. Walk your feet in line with the hips. Stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling, flex the right foot. Take your hands, interlace them behind the right hamstring. Press your right heel up towards the ceiling. If you can't straighten the leg all the way, that's fine. Right? Just flex the foot, press the heel up. We're getting a nice extension of the back of the right leg after those back bends where the legs work a lot. We're also neutralizing the spine in this shape. And take the right ankle to the left thigh. Reach your right arm between your legs and interlace your fingers across your left shin. Slide your tailbone down towards the ground. Broaden through the chest, shoulder blades down. Keep your top foot flexed. And without pressing the right knee away from you, wrap the right knee using the strength of the outer right hip. From here, release the grip. Take the right leg all the way over the left leg. Bump the hips to the right. Knees fall left. Look right. And almost as if you're lying in clay or something that has a little bit of give to it. Let your body sort of sink into that give so it can receive the full support. And come back to center. Uncross your legs. Step both feet in line with the hips. Stretch your left leg up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Flex the left foot, press the heel up, and feel the back of the leg get nice and long. Keep the tailbone rooted, shoulder blades plugging down. Keep the eyes soft and the breath right where you are. Take your left ankle across the right thigh. Left arm between the legs, grab onto the right shin. Keep the left foot flexed and turn the left knee away from you. Keep that plugging sensation of the tailbone down, shoulder blades into the back. Breathing right where you are, just as you are. Release the grip on the right shin. Take the left leg over the right leg for a twist. Let your knees fall to the right. Stretch the arms out and look left. Get soft in the neck. Get soft in the shoulders. Give yourself time in these shapes on the floor. Right? We talk about balance in our practice as, most of the time a pose like warrior three or dancers, but there's also so much to be said about taking in the moments where you slow down as balance. Bring the knees back to center, uncross your legs, step both feet down. Draw your knees towards your armpits and grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Flex the feet, spread the toes out. And breathe easy. Bring the shins together, wrap the forearms around the shins, bow your head towards your knees, give yourself a generous, generous hug. Stretch your legs out long, take your arms by your side for final Shavasana. Blocks under your knees might feel nice, or a blanket or towel rolled up. Also, if you feel vulnerable in this shape, it's nice to cover the chest or cover the eyes for a bit more relaxation. You can also always come up to a seated meditation. So, the concept of balance. It's a term, I think it's thrown around so much because it's tricky. Oftentimes we find ourselves on one end of this spectrum. We're going, and we feel like there's no slowdown, or it's the opposite. And so learning to balance on our mats, not just physically, but finding balance between breath, body, mind, and that connection can inform the way we live our lives, right? The balance that we take with us off of our mat. Because at the end of the day, we call this a practice for a reason. And I like to end my classes by reminding myself and those of you taking class with me that the practice really starts when we step off of our mat. Our time here together is an opportunity to learn how we want to move in the world, on and off the mat. So thank you so much for taking the time for yourself and for balance. I hope you can take some part of this with you into the world. And my name is Neeti Narula. It has been such a pleasure to guide you. Thank you, Free People Movement. Thank you, Zazu. And I hope to see you soon. Have a beautiful evening.